Sup everyone, let's start off the day with a fresh meme which I found from none other than my Twitter notifications. Nice meme sir, but I have to rate it 1 out of 10 because you haven't passed grade 5 English class yet. Anyways, I finally got the Juggerlanche and Bounty card unlocked with my elite hacking skills, so now it's time for me to put it to the test in these card battles games. If you genuinely thought I was serious when I said I hacked the cards, then I feel sorry for you, cause you should have realized by now I don't need hacks for anything in this game when I already have a trusty sidekick with me that can get me whatever I want. Except Bloons Super Monkey 2 access. So picking up where I left off in the last video with the power cards. Monkey Chill, for 1500 bucks it will slow down all your opponent's tower's attack speed by 25% for an unspecified amount of time. Now I don't know exactly if this card works like the sabotage, by that I mean whether all new towers the opponent places will have the attack speed reduction or not. I would like to say that isn't the case, but it ain't out yet so I can't test it. If it does work like the ninja ability, though I can see the Monkey Chill being quite useful cause most of the time good players will hide their defense for when their opponent rushes. Overall it's a pretty situational card and is quite pricey if you plan on using this card in the early game, but it could warrant giving up a card slot to if you're going for more of a later all-in rush, like comboing the 4 BFBs from the sniper and the Monkey Chill. Next up, Orbital Strike. For $500 it will take out 3 layers from Bloons on any part of the track, at least that's what I presume when it says it's like a ground zero. However, I've been hunting for some YouTube comments with any information about the power cards, and I came across somebody who said the Orbital Strike wasn't a global spell, rather you choose a target on the screen and it will create an explosion similar to that of the mortar, in terms of size and visuals. If that's the case then good April Fool's joke Ninja Kiwi. I'm not sure who in their right mind would dedicate an entire card slot to a spell that gives a one-time balloon buster-like explosion, even if it's only for $500. If it is what the paste bin says it is though, then I think it'd make for a great and cheaper alternative to the Juggerlanche. Now we have Purge. $800 and it foams all balloons spawn for 3 seconds and one's currently on screen, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. From what I can tell it sounds like it is the same thing as the cleansing bomb, so honestly I don't even know. Let's just skip it and move on to the 8th and final power card on this list, Tax. For $750, your opponent's next income packet goes to you instead. Sounds fun and interesting, but at what point in the game would this power card be worth using? Well, I have the answer for you. It took a while, but with my extensive knowledge of multivariable calculus along with a PhD in mathematical studies, I have concluded that the break-even point to use this card is when your opponent has 375 eco or higher. You see, if your opponent has 375 eco then that means he will lose out on 375 bucks while you gain the same amount, equaling to a net gain of 750 for you, which is what the cost of the card is. Any higher and you will have the advantage every time you use this card, pretty damn sweet if I do say so myself. Another plus is that you can also use it to see how much eco the opponent has, lol. Think of it as the one and only way to ask someone what their eco is on mobile. And that's a wrap boys. As a little extra, the dude making the paste bin added the potential order of which the cards will be released, so go ahead and take a look, but take it with a grain of salt because it may or may not be true. Now that we've covered every single power card, let's discuss the ones shown in the video since we can now see exactly how effective they are. And well, they seem pretty damn situational. Like for Juggerlanche, it's a really powerful spell for the mid-game you know, but that's it. Just good for defending the mid-game. Early game you're not gonna want to use it because 1200 bucks is a huge sink for a one-time spell, and late game those juggernaut balls ain't gonna do shit to Moabs and above. Listen, I'm not saying this power card is bad or anything, In fact, many times it can save your life if you get unlucky and can't draw any decent defense towers, but unlike normal cards you can only use this guy for defense, and a temporary defense at that. Like for example, take a look at my tournament deck loadout. Tell me which one of these cards can be replaced by the Juggerlanche. Exactly. Sure, the 1/1 boat card is only used for defense, but it's an insanely good defense that can solo the beginning rounds, and the same can't be said for Juggerlanche. Maybe you could make an argument for swapping the farm out, but still, you lose out on quite a lot just for that. I could be wrong though, cause I haven't tested this out extensively and I'm facing noobs, so there aren't many times where I really feel threatened, lol. I would actually need to play versus a really good player to see just how good the Juggerlanche is, but at the end of the day, does anyone really care about competitive card battles? It just seems like a running joke amongst players when you mix cards and competitive in the same sentence. So I guess if you just wanna have fun, then these power cards are a nice breath of fresh air, though I do have to say that Bounty isn't as great as I thought it was. Like you've seen me use it a few times in the early game just to get some extra cash, but in that case it's probably more worthwhile to use an actual eco card like the Glaive Lord, which I swapped out from this tournament deck. That card even sends 120 group blues on top of giving better eco, so you get increased pressure onto your opponent that Bounty does not give. Alright boys, enough of trying to reason this shit, cause I doubt any of you give a shit about it by now. Just enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and do the usual like, sub and comment. Hopefully I will have more topics to discuss in the next one. Have a bountiful day.